Hello, it's Kathy again and Rosie Vesperina. I've had 2 false starts already. One, I forgot to put my gloves on, and 2, I could not seem to get the remote working on my DJI Osmo Action 5. You'll see here on the right here I attached it to my stalk, but I don't know why it's not connecting, so we'll worry about that later. In the meantime, let me tell you about where we're going. We are going to head up to Strickland State Forest to have a little picnic lunch. It's my lunch break at the moment, Monday, and I'm working from home, and I thought the temperature is going to be 27 degrees. Can you believe that for September? September, October. So that's a little crazy. So I thought, let's go for a ride up there. I've found a different way to mount the speaker into my helmet, because in the last video I had used some Velcro strips to stick it on, but every time I took my helmet off, the mic went flying. So I'm now using some Gorilla Tape. I don't know whether that will be any better, but we'll see how that goes. Strickland State Forest is about, I guess, 10 minutes, 15 minutes from home. The GPS device says it's about 8 minutes, but I don't know whether that's taking into consideration how slowly I ride, so we'll see how that goes. But it's not a national park here in Australia, but I'm assuming it's still state related, but it's considered a national park, and it has some lovely bush walking options in it. But we're just going to go up there and have our lunch up there. I've got a nice salad that I've just popped in a thermal bag to keep it cold, and this will be my first time riding up there. It's a little bit windy today, so I don't know whether that will impact how well the microphone is working. As I've mentioned before, I get a bit of wind that buffets around my neck with this helmet, so that may impact how well the quality of the sound is. So this roundabout you'll recognise. We've been this way when we've gone to Arimba and up to Tuggerah, but instead of going right, we're going to go left. So it's a different direction. And I'm hoping, because it's a Monday, it won't be quite so busy. but we'll see. Still plenty of cars around for a Monday and a lunchtime. Well, he didn't want to wait for me, that's for sure. Mr. Fancy car. Okay, it's only 50 along here, so we just need to slow down a bit. The road is less than pleasant. This is all a 50k zone, so we just have to be a little bit wary. I think people ride a little bit faster than the 50 kilometres an hour along here. This is the way I remember, so perhaps I took a wrong turn a little bit earlier. So I've got a bit of a hill that I've got to get up here, which I'm not sure whether roads can do, but we'll see, especially with the wind. But we're only managing about 40, so that's a bit tricky. And that will be tricky going down the other side when I've got to come back. Anyway, it's all a learning curve, isn't it, on these tricky roads? Oh, it's lovely. It feels like summer. As I said before, the anticipated temp today is 27 degrees, so that's pretty warm. Very gravelly. So this is a bit of a test for me. Go nice and slowly. Oh, that's a little bit bumpy for Rosie, but we'll see how we go. Well, I think I'm a bit unsure about riding Rosie up here. So I think what we'll do is try to turn around. Let's see how we go. No, I actually think you're better going forward. Okay, I didn't expect the road to be in such bad condition, so we're going to go back down. Okay, good job, Rosie. Doing well. So let's just save that. And then go back and back and ask it to take me home. So, check there's no cars and we're not going too fast on the gravel. And we're back on the road. Well, that was an adventure. But it did make me think, how much fun would that be to ride up there on a bike with appropriate tyres and all of that kind of business. I think I'd kind of like that. I'm not talking much because I am concentrating. This is a very steep road, which you probably can't see on the camera, but it is. So just till we get down to the flat, do a 50k zone. That was all 60, but I'm pretty sure I was doing it at 40 and 50. All those leaves getting blown by the wind. Wowzers. Lucky Rosie's 150 kilos, so she doesn't get blown like the leaves, and I'm, well, a lady doesn't say how much she weighs, but I'm enough to keep us grounded. We made it here for lunch, but it is awfully windy, as you can probably tell. Even the camera is a bit wobbly with the wind. Try and anchor it with my helmet. That didn't go according to plan, and I'm not sure whether you can even hear me with all this wind on the mic, but we'll see. This is Gosford Waterfront, lovely. I attempted to go to Strickland State Forest, but as you saw, the road was a little bit out of my comfort zone because it was, I didn't realise it wasn't a tarred road, and there was lots of loose gravel and very uneven surface, and I just wasn't sure that Rosie was up to that. So we're just going to sit here and enjoy the view, eat our lunch, and then we will head back home again. Turn the camera around so you can have a look at the pretty view rather than seeing me eat.